think, connect the dots. So let's talk about think. So what is think for you guys? You guys have been playing think since the beginning of QuizX. So
Think is basically which allows us to think different possibilities
nice.
and come up with maybe different ideas or different, what do you say that?
Thoughts?
Yeah, different thoughts in a very fun way, maybe.
Yeah, so think for me is something very dynamic. So what I might have thought while thinking about a question, and then sorry, and then after seeing the answer, my perception on that might be different. So it is like Rilwan said, it keeps on changing, and then that makes me humble about what do you say, how much information or knowledge I have about a topic, and also when I look at the communication that happens after that, which we will be seeing soon, we see a lot of people interacting with it.
Okay.
So maybe that opens up a possibility of collaboration, and that's what think is for me.
Cool.
Nice. What is think for you? It's you.
Okay. That's so philosophical. Okay, what do you mean by that?
Right. Because it's you, because you think in a different manner of
You mean to say, I think, therefore I am. What do you call that quote? I think, therefore I am. Think is, you mean, think is alive. Think is being alive.
It's a sign
Your thoughts makes what you are.
Mhm.
Right. Think is a different thing for you, and it's a different thing for me. For example, let's take Rilwan, right? When you hear Rilwan, you may think something else. So let's take a better example. So when you look at this page, okay, particular page, right? So you may think something else, I may think something else, right? So basically, think is, as you said, it's possibilities, right? It is tough to describe think.
Yeah.
You
Still need to
understand
think.
how to
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
Because this game is dedicated for human thinking. So the thinking is really beautiful, right? So thinking is a gift of our evolution. Because of thinking, we have accomplished so much.
Right.
There are so many ways of thinking. Like there's abstract thinking, there's critical thinking, there's creative thinking, there's rational thinking, there's
Analytical thinking.
analytical thinking, there's a lateral thinking.
Lateral thing.
Not everybody is good at every form of thinking. So my forte is lateral thinking. Your forte, what is your forte? Critical thinking, analytical thinking. Yeah, so rational.
Need to work on that.
No
Yeah. So every student, everyone has their own, type of thinking.
Thinking, right.
So creative ones, lateral ones, something like that. We thought of all of that thinking, and we built content in accordance with that. I have created 6-7 questions as a sample to display the intentions behind every questions. So okay, let's have a think session in real. Okay, so
Right.
I will be sharing a question here. So what is the rule of think? So it's never about the right answers. It's all about you taking time and pleasure in thinking. So and brainstorming different possibilities.
Right.
That is the beauty of this game.
Right.
And we are cherishing each other's thinking. That is another beauty of this game. I may love your thinking the way you think.
Right.
Right. Right. Yeah. So let's see this in action. By the way, you guys can also play simultaneously. So the first question I have is a safety design. Okay, that's the title. The top one you see is the keyword, and these are the fields it belongs to: design, safety engineering, system thinking, and physics. And you guys are ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, let's get on into the first slide. Okay, crumple zones are one of the most significant automobile safety innovations of the 20th century. These zones are located at the front and the rear sections of the vehicle and are designed to crumple easily in a collision. Right? You guys can relate it, right?
Yes.
Yes. Let's move on to second slide. This reduces the impact energy transferred to the passenger shell, which is reinforced to better protect occupants. The entire system is designed to sacrifice less important element for the most important element in the system. That is the people in the vehicle. People in the vehicle are the most important, so they're sacrificing the crumple zone of the car or the system. So, in the design field, this is known as principle of weakest link. Okay? So what do we mean by that is the weakest element in the system can be used to protect other more important elements. The weakest element here was the crumple zone of the car that was sacrificed to protect the most important people. So that is the weakest link, the rule of weakest link. Okay, that is when it comes to safety design, design system in general. So next slide. The weakest link can function in one of the two ways. It can fail and passively minimize damage, that is called passive design, or it can fail and activate additional systems that can actively minimize the damage. Getting it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
Two systems.
Right.
Passive design and active design. Getting it?
Yeah, got it.
Deep, right?
Right.
Okay. The question is based on this. That's what.
Okay.
Clear, right?
Got it.
Okay. For example of active design. Let's talk about active design, not
Right.
passive.
Right.
What is active? Something is activating, right?
Yeah.
To protect
Airbag
it.
or
maybe a
something.
car
Okay.
bag or something.
Okay.
So airbag.
Airbag.
Okay, good one. So another example is sprinkler system in the building. The example for active system, active design.
Right.
The example of an active design in the use of automatic sprinkler in a building. Sprinkler systems are typically activated by components that fail. Example, liquid in a glass cell that expands to break the glass when heated, which then activates the release of water. So this is the activation design, active design. So, okay, done with the script. This is the question. Can you think of an example of a passive design where the weakest links fails to minimize damage? The intention of this question for me was not about you guys, there's no definite answer here. There could be many answers. I want you guys to brainstorm what could be the thing. So the answer I'm looking for is like a very common thing you can think of, which is at your home itself. Passive safety design at your home.
Oh.
Yeah.
If the gas is leaking, the smell that you get when you're
What fails there?
what?
What fails to minimize the
That's an
damage
active
there?
design, right?
That's an active
That's
design.
an active.
Yeah.
I think he is asking a design
Example.
which minimizes the damage.
Instead of
I'm
preventing it.
asking.
Which fails to minimize the damage.
Okay, if there is something wrong happened,
Okay.
detected something wrong happened,
Mm-hmm.
it fails itself. It will destroy itself or something to
Okay.
protect the damage, to protect the important part.
Fuse.
That is your home.
Fuse.
You got the answer. Yes. Okay, so next is called, we have think interface. This is to promote thinking. Otherwise, people are not very patient enough. They quickly see the question and they quickly want to see the answer without even making an effort to think. So we have restricted barrier there. This is our intentional design. Our intention is for people to think. So we have two options here, either to scribble your thing, so you guys can scribble your thing here, or we can directly go to the answer. The answer is in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So as Nirmal said, fuse in the electrical circuits, right? There's a sudden increase in voltage or current, so it fails itself to protect
Suicide
this.
itself. To
Yeah,
save others.
suicide protect.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this question? Like, did it make you guys think differently or think different?
Right. I mean, at home there's nothing much of moving parts, but I was still trying to find something. But do you think this is passive or active?
This is passive safety design, which fails itself.
Now after the definition, I kind of got it. I mean, after explanation.
It's passive.
Yeah, I mean, the weakest link, passive design is something that will fail itself.
Oh.
It's basically suiciding.
Okay, acha. Okay.
So yeah, my intention was also that you guys gain some knowledge
Right,
here. I hope you guys did.
Right.
Let's move on to second question, something called planetary defense. All right. So the subjects, it belongs to our astronomy, planetary science, aerospace, engineering, and physics. And it has 7 slides. Let's get in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, first slide.
DART. The language
Okay.
is built in.
DART was a space mission from NASA aimed at testing a method of planetary defense against near-Earth objects. So, what if there's an asteroid coming to hit the Earth? I mean, scientists have said for 100 years there is no asteroid nearby. This is NASA's first planetary defense expenditure. I mean, planetary defense project, DART. So in the picture you can see technicians working on DART, the spacecraft. Okay, let's move on to the second slide. DART spacecraft, the size of a golf cart, was targeted towards Dimorphos. So Dimorphos is which is the size of the Great Pyramid in comparison, and it is a minor planet moon of asteroid Didymos that doesn't pose an impact threat to Earth. They just wanted to test the idea.
Right.
It was nothing dangerous, nothing. It just wanted to see if it's feasible option. Does it really work? The idea, whatever the idea have, does it really work?
Mm-hmm.
So they tested on this this moon-like, object.
Right.
This is the high-resolution picture of Dimorphos. Okay, let's move on to the third slide. DART spacecraft was launched from Earth in 2021 and successfully completed its mission targeting Dimorphos on 26 September 2022. So last year, they at the same time, like exactly last year almost, they completed their project and they got the answer. And the answer was it was successful.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the first test of planetary defense taken by any agency, by humanity in fact.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it was successful, and this is the artistic illustration of the expedition.
To hit at the asteroids.
Yeah. So next slide. The successful mission meant that if a dangerous asteroid were ever detected heading for Earth, the knowledge gained from this mission would be handy to prevent its collision with Earth. So moving to the question, what do you think is DART's strategy for planetary defense?
To change the direction of the asteroid.
How?
By hitting.
What is a fundamental thing there?
Momentum change. No, not momentum. Or by striking at it and reducing its mass, or so that the impact would be less compared to what it was initially.
No.
It's good idea.
Changing the asteroid's direction by hitting at certain speed.
Okay, that is the target.
Uh-huh.
I mean, an asteroid is coming towards Earth. Of course, you have to
Yes.
deflect its direction. That is the intention. My question is, how did they did it?
Okay.
Otherwise, you have to disappear it, like make it disappear, bombarding antimatter. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, you
Laser.
can break that
Yeah.
into pieces.
Break that into pieces. Okay, so they sent a golf cart-sized, spacecraft to a pyramid-sized object. So how do you break it? If you want to break it,
I guess
Maybe
you
if
can.
you're going with the
Yeah.
breaking strategy, if you're going with the deflecting strategy, how would you deflect it? There's two strategies we came up here. One is breaking the asteroid
it's all
up.
about
One
that,
is
yeah.
deflecting the direction. Good strategy. So
Right.
how do we?
What other
Yeah.
techniques we can do?
Yeah, people. Some. When I showed this question to other students, they told me nuclear blast.
How can we just hit it off?
Yeah.
No, sorry. So when it's imagine the asteroid is coming. So the NASA sent something which,
Like blast it out, different direction, or any other strategies you can think
I mean,
of.
blasting out and also splitting into multiple pieces is again a threat.
Yes.
Yeah, again it can
Again,
fall.
it
It can be
That's right.
reduced. I mean,
So-
But it can
compared to what
reduce
it
the
was
threat.
initially.
But still.
But also you
this-
have to see the economics here.
Uh,
Can
yeah,
it be do? I
right.
mean, you can do many things. Is it really feasible under federal budget? I mean, if you don't really see the budget when that happens.
You don't really see the
See the
budget.
budget.
Yeah. Interesting.
Hmm.
1 second.
Yeah, and also like here what we have is a typing strategy, right?
Yeah.
So we should also come up with the audio strategy. I mean, audio input. They can explain their thinking if they're finding it difficult to
Sorry.
explain the
it.
idea, express their thinking. So we will come up with that soon. Yeah, it's a pretty
It's a pretty good-
accessible and a very easy feature we can add. I mean, for users to express the thinking. Okay, so let's go to the answer. So the answer is kinetic impact as planetary defense method. What do I mean by that is real one, like deflecting the planet, of course, but how? That's like going with the high speed. What you are changing here is a momentum. To change the direction, what you really need is a momentum, right? Change in momentum. So what is momentum? Momentum is mass of the object and the velocity or the force of it, right?
Oh.
If it's golf cart sized spacecraft, to change the something big as pyramid, what you have to do is come up with a huge speed, like high speed, and hit the
Hit
target.
that.
So you can compensate that mass in the equation with the speed. High speed, less mass, you can have the more impact. So this is how they transfer the momentum and changes the direction. So why I created this question, the intention here is, this is contextual learning. Best example. You wanted to say something?
Will that work? Imagine the speed at
Which
No, that is
asteroid
already
is
done.
coming up. It's
all-
done.
Yeah.
It's
But
little.
surprising, right?
Yeah, it works. Like you just have to, even if you're tilting it with a small angle, you can tilt it with and when it's
in
coming,
space,
right?
right?
When it's too far away.
Too far, yeah.
Yeah. Even if you tilt it with 1 degree of angle or something, it can make a big difference when it comes to,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Let's go to the third question. Sonic plant communication. This content belongs to botany,
There's one.
acoustic, plant physiology, machine learning, and agriculture. This one needs critical thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go on to the first slide.
In the
Plant
front-
exhibit significant changes in their phenotypes in response to stress. Phenotype means change in the body feature. Okay, plants change the body feature in response to stress. They differ in colors and shapes from unstressed plants. Recently, researchers from Tel Aviv University in Israel discovered that plants also emit airborne sounds when stressed. So this is the experiment picture. Now, okay, this is a surprising discovery. Have you seen plants emitting sounds?
No.
No, right? So this is the surprising discovery they made. But the sound is ultrasonic. Let's come to that. Let's see. Second slide. Scientists chose tomato and tobacco plants under different treatments such as drought stress and cutting off the stem. These are the stress they induce on the plants. To investigate the plant's airborne sound emissions, they constructed a reliable recording system where each plant was recorded simultaneously by 2 microphones. Okay, this is the experimental setup. It was credits to Tel Aviv University.
Okay.
First, they recorded the plants within an acoustic box and developed machine learning algorithms to classify the recorded sounds. Then they tested the system in a greenhouse while monitoring the physiological parameters of the recorded plants. The sounds emitted were ultrasonic with the frequencies of about 20 to 100 kilohertz, and they could be detected from several meters away.
Nice.
And the emitted sounds carry information about physiological state of the plant. Plant can communicate, oh, my left branch is cut.
Yes.
Maybe problem, just imagining. Maybe there's no water here. Protect yourself, guys. Conserve water, guys. Something like that. They can communicate maybe through sound patterns, implying that they may have a profound impact on agricultural practices. What do you think is the scientist theory on how plants generate these airborne sounds when stressed? What do you guys think?
Through hormones or something.
Through hormones, nice. Like how exactly? How hormones can direct
Plants
make?
have hormones. I don't know.
Yeah, they have. How the banana would ripe is hormone.
That's enzyme, right?
No, hormone. I mean, when's the signal when to ripe? That's given by the hormone. Yeah, but how do you create a sound through hormones? Yeah, any other thinking?
And
Maybe
after that,
it's
it's a chemical reaction. So evolution may
You're
be in
saying
the picture,
through chemical reaction there is a sound.
right?
basically it's a vibration, right?
Mhm.
And that vibration cannot be heard by us.
Okay. So you mean plant vibrates itself to generate that ultrasonic?
Maybe something like that. I don't
So you need a tuning fork. It should vibrate like a tuning fork or
know.
something.
Maybe.
That's good thinking.
be,
Yeah,
could be.
good thinking. Or do they have secret mouth or vocal cords?
We wouldn't know.
Okay. That's
Yeah. Can you hear my stress?
of facing the camera.
Of-
That's pretty visible. Okay, so the answer is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The audio is pretty good.
Air bubble pressure.
Yeah, air bubbles form and breaks in the xylem. Like bubbles create noise, right? Like the waves. So you know xylem, right? Xylem is the water carrying
Water carrying,
pump inside the plant.
Yeah, I
So
was
they
about to say,
can
but I didn't say.
make air bubbles there, play with air bubbles and make it blast and carry the patterns of bubble burst and communicate. That is the prediction of scientists. They have found no other way it can create sound. So this is the most credible guess they have.
Nice.
So that's about it. So
It's through a process called cavitation.
cavitation
Happens
is
in mechanical pumps.
Yeah, that's how they pump the.
Pump stops working. Right.
cavitation is nothing but
Ultrashock waves are
bubbles, right?
generated.
Like
when the
break and-
waves, when the bubbles, they burst, they create a shock wave,
Mhm.
and that's how they deteriorate the blades.
Oh,
And that's how the efficiency reduces of the motor after some time. So the water should be pure.
Interesting. So that you can share in the thoughts for the upcoming participants. So let's come down to stock dip in Chile. So this one, stock dip in Chile, is for made for information. So this question is based on the information, like quick information. I just gamified the information. So the question is, first slide, there's just one slide.
Oh.
The stock prices in Chile's top companies like Albemarle and Sociedad, I can't pronounce it. So these are the top two companies there. So both dipped sharply after an incident that took place in April 2023. SQM shares fell by 18% while other companies' share fell by 9% after something. So here you have to figure out what these companies would fall under, like what are the sectors, what Chile is famous for. Then you guys can figure out the answer. So my question is, what happened? What is that incident that shook their share price, abrupt, sharp decline in the share price? What really happened on that day, do you guys think?
No rain.
Like, can you elaborate that thinking? Like,
Wildfire.
what are those companies you guys think? What is Chile famous for?
What?
What?
Machu Picchu. No, that is Peru, right?
That's
Oh, Chile has a great leverage now. This is in coming years.
Lithium ion battery.
Yes,
Lithium mines.
lithium mines, like great lithium mines.
Yes.
And so these are mining companies, lithium mining companies.
Mm-hmm.
So what could have taken place for the sharp decline in the share price? An incident.
increase
Maybe,
in
An innovation where
yeah.
lithium is not
Abundant anymore?
no more required.
Not yet. We are not yet
Not
there.
could one of the possibilities.
One of the possibilities.
Yeah.
Good thinking. Yeah.
Could be replaced
Yeah,
with
good thinking.
iron. I mean, I know one of the companies trying to replace or trying to
Yeah,
invent.
Yeah. Solid state
Iron-based,
batteries.
yeah.
Nice. That's a good thinking.
Ionization.
Ionization. What is ionization?
Sure.
Maybe one of the federal laws.
Good
Changed.
one. Yeah. What could that be?
like only class A lithium should be used.
They have poor quality lithium, you mean?
Could be.
Could be, yeah, good possibility. Nice.
Could be.
Let's see the answer. You guys want to see you guys want to think more?
Let's see the answer.
Let's see the answer.
Could be.
Yes, let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That is
Nationalization. I mean, Subodh was close. Federal influence. So
Chile
nationalization.
Oh,
So when country sees in wealth there, they would nationalize, right? So this is one is the information you guys got, what Chile is into, what happened, nationalization, that and this. But also the same way, this is also good way to tell what's happening in economics for economic students. Oh, these are happening to stay relevant to the things happening. Okay, so this is what thinking is. We have many more contents lined up from different fields, law to agriculture to architecture to zoology, A to Z, agriculture to zoology. So on every field, so in the coming days, we will be exploring deeper and deeper into many different fields and bring out the best things, interesting things that are happening to your pocket if you have QuizX Campus app. And we are onboarding colleges nearby, Mangalore and Bangalore. And our vision is obviously global here. And this is a small step we are taking to make education fun, interesting, and collaborative. And wish us luck. Corridor was built by one of our great interns. We would like to name them. So group, the front end and other things as well was handled by Pranit and Pawan. Thank you so much, great students. And Corridor was done by Rilwan. Rilwan took the responsibility on architecture and the front end and as well as the back end of Corridor. You learned anything new building Corridor?
No, it's right now it's pretty basic. So there are a lot of challenges, but right now we have kept it very simple. So maybe in the future, it will be. there will be more thing to explain. Right when we develop more tools based on.
So that is another learning. Start with the basic that we can handle, right? When we are going small. So when we started, we wanted everything. Our mentality mindset was we should be like Facebook. The capability what Facebook has in the app from the day one.
We were arrogant about it.
Yeah. But there was a good learning. Rilwan was assisted also by our superstar intern, Shapun Punja. If you're watching this, you are the superstar.
Yeah.
And
did a really great job.
Yeah.
Building the entire product is fun with a team like, Rilwan is with us since very long time. Then Shapun recently joined us, and of course Pranit and Pawan working since superstars working since some time. One thing I like about our team is they don't take things blankly, right?
Yeah. There is a bouncing of questions. We ask why, reason.
From and to, it's from and to. They would come back to us that this is not right. We should place this somewhere else. There's feedback, instant feedback, not just taking something blank and building it.
Yeah.
Right?
And also they have built it instantly.
Right.
Like
Speed.
very instantly, very
yeah,
speed.
very
The
speed.
velocity was right what we needed.
Throughput is high. So I have to
Really
thank Rilwan, Nirmal,
Thank you,
Shapun, Punja, and then
Pawan.
Pranit. Pranit.
Yes.
The support was great, even from the Subodh. As you know, Subodh is a senior most in our team. So that was really helpful having him with our team.
Yeah. Pushing the engineering forward.
Yes.
Right.
And also,
Yes.
I think working with Clinton is also very challenging because
Very,
whenever
very
you meet
challenging.
him, there is a lot of ideas he's going to bombard you with, which is
Okay,
nice.
I'll take that as a compliment also.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Also, a lot of
Yeah.
expectations.
We have a lot of things that we want to implement in the near future. And let's see how it goes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it works.
Exactly.
We are thrilled. We don't know how education system is going to accept us. Are they finding it useful? We build this product keeping ourselves in mind. Like when we were like, I mean, we have other empathy, but we don't know how the the generation, the demographic has evolved, right? So we should see that's also a challenge. That's also a suspense for us. And we will come back with their feedback and how we are changing students' life in the next podcast and the next release. Until then, thank you so much. Wish us luck.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.